Now, the good news is... Oh, my goodness! No! Bad! Bad gas! Looks like we've got some visitors here. What you got for me, buddy? Got some wood, grey dye, yellow dye, shelf mushrooms, sand, saplings. Wow, I think we're about to go on a bit of a spending spree. So let's trade away some tropical fish and puffy puff fish. And then let's buy some stuff. I'm going to get some dyes. I'm going to get, I don't know, maybe some mushrooms. I'm going to buy sand as well. Maybe even some logs. Yeah, that's a good amount of stuff, actually. And a great amount of XP. We spent a whole bunch of our XP levels in the recent live stream that I did yesterday. So there we go. Stacking up all of our various bits and bobs. Now, talking of yesterday's live stream, if you didn't catch it, there will be a link on screen for you folks. But also, for any of you guys who don't know, I actually have two versions of this series playlist. I've got a version which just has all of the normal video episodes, and then I've got an extended version which has all of the videos and live streams that I've done from this world, all in chronological order. So if you're interested in checking out either version of the series playlist, they're going to be listed in the description down below. In the live stream, though, we discovered something a little bit concerning. My Silk Smash pickaxe is not a million miles away from not being able to be repaired. 33 levels means that this would be the final repair we could do to this pickaxe before we have to retire it. So I'm thinking very, very soon we're going to have to get ourselves back out to some end cities so we can try and find ourselves some mending tools. What we did in that live stream was this. Can you see an ocean monument there now? I definitely can't. That's because we entirely got rid of it in the live stream. So, yeah, that was a massive step forward for the Seatropolis project. But what we're going to be doing today is embarking on the beginning of another significant step forward for the Seatropolis project. And what that is going to involve is heading back to the desert and grabbing ourselves a ton of sand. But real quick, before we do that, check it out. We have ourselves a whole bunch of prismarine bricks, blocks, and dark prismarine blocks, and we've even got entirely full shulker boxes with certain prismarine related blocks as well. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff going on here, but believe me, this is all going to be used. Only the corner skyscrapers at the Seatropolis project, they are going to be huge, my friends. Huge! Do you know what? For once in my life, I'm actually going to try and be forward-thinking. I'm going to bring a shovel with me so I can repair the lawnmower again in case it runs out while we're trying to dig up a bunch of sand. I'm also going to bring with me this exploration bundle, which has a couple of straw beds so we can sleep over at the desert. I don't want a repeat of a few episodes ago, my friends. Now, while we make our way over to the desert portal, it gives me an opportunity to say a massive thank you, as always, for all of you. Oh, wow, that's a weird angle. It gives me an opportunity to say a massive thank you for all of your lovely support throughout this series, my friends. I really do appreciate it a lot. And here we are, back at the desert. So let's get ourselves some shulker boxes placed down, and without further ado, it's sand digging time. Wow, I already have to repair my shovel. All right, well, let's do this thing. Very good. It only costs 3 levels to repair as well. Thanks for being nice and cheap for me there, buddy. Oh, look at that sight over there. The sun has just gone down beyond the horizon, but the sky looks beautiful. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That's fantastic. Anyway, let's grab ourselves out one of our straw beds and let's have ourselves a snooze without setting our spawn point. And I'm glad I did, because apparently the husks don't take very long at all to spawn on in. Go on, get out of it, buddy. So that's our first shulker box of sand. Do you know what I'm starting to realize while digging up all of this sand? All of that sand we placed down to form the perimeter wall for Seatropolis we're going to have to smelt all of that up because I want to have nice-looking glass walls for the Seatropolis project. But in order to maximize productivity, would it not make sense for us to get ourselves 3 further shulker boxes worth of sand and simply smelt those 3 shulker boxes up? So then we don't have to, you know, mine up the sand and then wait for that sand to smelt and then place down that glass. Does that make sense? Like, if we already had the sand transformed into glass and that glass already ready to be placed, then, yeah, replacing the Seatropolis sand walls shouldn't take all that long, right? Unfortunately, we're limited by the amount of shulker boxes we actually have. All of a sudden, that idea about raiding end cities has moved up the priority list. Quite a lot, actually. Maybe we try and get ourselves, like, enough shulker boxes to entirely fill an ender chest. And then we'd probably need even more than that, even still, right? Always better to have more shulker boxes than you need, isn't it? There's no such thing as too much storage, in my opinion. So I'll tell you what, 2 shulker boxes of sand is what I was going to go for, but actually, I'm going to go for 3. Because why not? Let's have a bit of a head start when it comes to trying to get the glass necessary to make the Seatropolis walls. And there we are, 3 full shulker boxes of sand. So, without further ado, let's get the fuel refilled in our furnaces. And let's get this sand smelted. And in the meantime, we can get all of our pre-existing glass and get that placed in the shulker box. In all honesty, I can't remember the last time I had a shulker box entirely full of glass blocks. Like, this is an insane sight to me. So what we're going to be doing to start the next big step for the Seatropolis project, we're going to grab ourselves out a bunch of sponges. Before we get started, though, I need to do just a little bit of an experiment here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 infinite water source pools right next to each other. And what I want to see is whether or not me putting a sponge here, or maybe more so right at the edge here, will drain the water that's over here, despite there being a separator here. So, let's grab ourselves some water. Let's get this thing underway. And do this side as well, of course. There we go. Right, and then we're going to get our sponge out and we're going to do this. Okay, the separator does indeed stop the sponge from, you know, sponging up the water on the other side. Good. The reason I wanted to make sure that was the case is because I don't want to accidentally drain the water from inside the corner guardian spawning areas. The only other thing I want to get done before we begin on this next big step is I want to have easy access to the nether so we can easily dry out our sponges. Will this generate a new portal in the nether, or will it just send us to the same portal as the island house over there? Let's find out, shall we? Where are you going to take me, buddy? Oh, okay, so this is a different portal. Oh, very interesting. But yeah, now that we have easy access to the nether, we could just do this. Instant drying sponges. Absolutely fantastic. And it sends us back to the correct portal in the overworld as well. Okay, very, very good. So, one more thing. I promise this is the last thing. Invis potions. So off comes our gear, on goes a bunch of sand, on goes the Invis potion as well. And what we're going to do now is we're going to begin on a bunch of sand walls. I think the first thing I'll do, though, is I'll completely separate the corner water tower water areas from everywhere else. There we are. That's the first corner water tower blocked off. Now we're going to extend this wall all the way over to the other side over there. This is going to take some time. So I'm just in the process of finishing placing down a whole bunch of... Oh, that was... Okay, weird. Bit of a ghost block. I thought they fixed ghost blocks a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, just in the process of placing the walls down. I've also got this second corner tower water area completely separated from the rest of the area. What we're now going to do is we're going to divvy up this large space here into, I'm going to say 6x6 grids, similar to how the interior space here is also 6x6. Now, we have to bear in mind that we've got ourselves like a dirt rim here, so that would be 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down goes another bunch of sand. By doing this, we can more effectively dry out the water with the sponges. If it's too large an area, the water will simply spread all across the place again, and then it'll be like you never even did anything with the sponges. Hello there, guardian friend. I'm afraid you are about to have a bad day. Sponge. Sponge. Oh, yeah. This is how we roll. Sponge. Sponge. Like a crazy person. Spongy. Spongy. Dry out all the water like a champion. Oh, I love sponges in Minecraft. They're so effective. They really, really are. Can you believe there was once a time in Minecraft when sponges were A, unobtainable, and B, completely useless? That's kind of crazy to think, isn't it? But yeah, we are going to town on this thing. 6x6 seems to be a good area to work with. So there we are. The first area has been completely drained out. I mean, it used quite a lot of sponges. Oh, no. I didn't bring my elytra down with me, but thankfully I have some spare sand blocks. Otherwise, that would have been pretty embarrassing. Should we put this poor guardian out of its misery? If I can aim at it, that is. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, hang on. I'm going to get this. Oh, that got him. Put him out of his misery. It was a mercy unaliving, okay? All we got to do now is pick up all of these sponges. It might require a little bit of parkour here and there, but we'll get there eventually. Maybe we'll go down to this one so we can grab this, and this one, and then, I don't know, parkour to this one. Yeah! Who says your boy isn't capable of multitasking? I'm picking up sponges and trying to improve upon my parkour capabilities. And there we are. All sponges grabbed. We can now get rid of this little sand pillar. Once again, though, with the ghost blocks. Look at that. I mean, the sand block wasn't there, but the game suggested it was. Anyway, there we are. The first area drained. The first of many, my friends. Like, many, many. Holy crap, there's a lot to be done here, isn't there? Then we pop into the nether to insta-dry my spongeroonies. And the slow mining speed here is reminding me of the fact I need to get myself a decent hoe. But no matter, we'll make do for now. And now, my friends, it's rinse and repeat. So I'll tell you what, I think the best way to showcase the progress being made is a time-lapse. So let's get our camera count on, and let's do this thing. We're just going to do this first strip here to start things off with. Ladies and gentlemen, there we are. One entire strip drained out. That, my friends, was a pretty painstaking process. One which has me realizing that I need to get a heck of a lot more sponges. And also, I really need to get myself a decent hoe, don't I? And also some more firework rockets. That one I just used was my very last one. So, I think a quick check on my sugarcane supply is in order. Ah, yeah, that's a decent supply, isn't it? You may notice I've added in some barrels as well. That's because I decided it would be a good idea to make this into like a one-stop shop for firework rocket making. So, let's grab ourselves a bunch of these bad boys out. We're going to grab ourselves a bunch of sugarcane. And, yeah, you know what I'm doing. Let's get some of these bad boys made, shall we? Oh, my word. It's so nice to have a decent supply of firework rockets at long last. But anyways, regarding draining out the rest of that monument area, aside from the corners, of course, I'm going to be doing that in the form of a live stream. So look for that in the coming days. For now, though, I want to move on to something else. What are you, buddy? Oh, you're the same traveling merchant as earlier, except you've decided to explore around my base. I'm not entirely sure that I like that, buddy. It's almost as if you're trying to scope out the place to see if there's anything worthy to rob. Please go away. What I want to do is I want to finally link up the Stronghold portal in the Nether to our Nether tunnel network. So, we're going to need ourselves a whole bunch more obsidian to kick things off. No, you can't mine up obsidian with a shovel there, Python. Don't be a dingleberry. Now, the good news is... Oh my goodness! No! Bad! Bad ghast. What the heck? That is one hell of a confined spawning space that guy just had. Oh my word. But anyways, past me was kind to present me, because past me took down a screenshot of the Nether Portal in the Nether that leads to the Stronghold. All I need to do is make my way over to those coordinates. We need to go to X minus 320 and Z plus 80. So actually, for us, it means going back over this way. And there we are. X minus 320. Random, easily accessible glowstone located. I like that. And here we are at Z plus 80. Right, if I was to dig pretty much directly down, I should be able to pretty easily locate the portal that is already down there. We just need to relocate it to up here, and then, you know, we'll be on to a winner. Yeah, there it is. The existing portal. I'm glad I still had my elytra on, otherwise that would have been a whole bunch of damage taken. Oh, goodness me. Okay, do not have gold armor on me currently. Go bye-byes, all of you. Ooh, oh. No, that's my sword. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into getting that sword, and now I'm going to chuck it. What the heck is this guy doing? We've got a Tarzan piglin. What the... Bro, I swear blind, that arrow should have hit. What the heck? Ooh. Are we fancying our chances here, my friends? Do you think I could elytra fly my way up into the hole in the ceiling? Right up there? Go on, let's have a look. Oh. Nope. Oh. Yeah, kind of. We got there. Yeah. Who says your boy isn't an expert elytra pilot? Never mind the fact that that took several attempts with multiple different fireworks. No one saw that. Alrighty. Obsidian goes down, and it's at this point Python realizes he forgot his flint and steel. Oh, one of these days, my friends. One of these days. I might actually embark on an adventure or a task fully prepared. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright, here we go. Portal lit, and this one should take us straight to the Stronghold portal room. And it does. Fantastic. Nice. We now have super easy access to the end now, which is brilliant, because I keep on saying I want to do an end trip. And you know what? I'm thinking that is going to be something we do next episode. So, look forward to that, my friends. I think what we'll do is one of those really fun episodes as well, where it's like, how much loot can we get from maybe 5 end cities? For now, though, my friends, that is going to wrap it up. If you've enjoyed this episode, a like rating would go a very, very long way, and I'd very much appreciate it. Of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my future content. You're not going to want to miss out on the end city raiding trip next episode, my friends. It is going to be a corker. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. But for now, have a fantastic rest of your day. Ow.